So what are you going to play for us today, Dave?
First one I'm going to do is a tune. I'm going to get this horrible harmonica on. It's a tune called Heartbreak Land. And in my 20s and 30s I did a fair bit of travelling up country and music around in rural areas. And this one, I went across to the Eyre Peninsula in South Australia.
Yeah.
Stayed over there for a couple of weeks, and I was billeted out in the farmhouse, you know. And you know, as I said before, coming from northwest Tasmania, where my grandfather, you know, had 250 acres, and 2 families lived off that farm.
Wow.
The soil was rich, you know, the potatoes and the dairy. Out in the Eyre Peninsula in South Australia, they have 300,000, 400,000 acres, and they struggle more than you do, you know, in 250 acres in more fertile areas. And, and it's a pretty fragile land up there, and the weather is just has such an impact upon whether they bring in a good crop or those sorts of things. And you know, like if you've got, and the farms in Tasmania, you've got a tractor, one small tractor, and you know, you plough the fields and you bale the hay. Out there they've got these massive tractors all linked up together just to plough it through, and the soil is like sand, it's like the beach.
Yeah, it's desert stuff, isn't it?
It's just absolutely kind of, you know, how they manage to grow anything there.
Don't even know why they bother.
You don't know why they bother, but anyway, so there's a song called Heartbreak Land about people who live out there, but it's really a bit more than that, because and the other thing in the song is about, you know, these towns, they have football teams, and the football teams are the life of the community, you know.
Exactly.
And yeah, over the last 20 years, a lot of these football clubs have been going under because the young people have been leaving, going to professional jobs and stuff, and so you know, the whole community aspect of towns suffers when football teams go under. They haven't got enough. They have to merge with another town or something like that.
Exactly, and a lot of that comes back to the struggle that the farmers have been having, like even through the drought and now through floods.
Exactly.
And you know, quite often there's just not the viability for the sun to take over, and you know, it's such a shame. We're losing a lot of country culture, I think, and as you said, like the footy club is the heart and soul of most country towns.
Well, like my grandfather's farm, for even in fertile areas, you know, 200 acres, 2 families living off that farm, you know, 60 years ago. These days, they had 50 head herd of dairy cattle. These days, in that whole area, corporations have bought up farms.
All the dairy and stuff.
The dairy, and so now instead of having 50 cows, they've got to have 750. And they've got to make roads through their properties because they muddy up the so much, and so the viability of those sorts of industries is greatly different, you know, than
multinational companies have got a lot to answer for, I think.
Yeah, not even multinational. Some of them are just family companies that put together. And, and bought up, you know, 4 or 5 farms together in a row and that sort of thing.
Cool.
Interesting.
Right. Take it away, Dave.
Okay, Heartbreak Land. Just seem to touch the sky. Still waiting for the drought to break. Still wondering how long it takes. I'm praying that it's not too late. They're living on a heartbreak land. No water in the dried up dams. Last summer they were killing sheep, and now bankers telling them they're in too deep. Years passing, but it's all the same. Too old to ever make the change. This land runs in their veins. They're living on a heartbreak land. Those city folks, and they don't understand. Heartbreak smiles in their heartbreak hands. Still living on a heartbreak land. For the rains to come and bring life back to the ground. But it seems that every time it rains, well, it just won't stop. They lose the crop, the whole place fairly drowned. don't understand. They're left chasing the city dreams and now we can't even raise a football team. Years passing but it's all the same. Too old to ever make a change. This land runs in their veins. They're living on a heartbreak land. Those shit folks and they don't understand. Heartbreak smiles and their heartbreak hands. Still living on a heartbreak land. 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 Woo! Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
No worries.
So, what's the next story?
The next story, hang on, I've got to reach around here and change a couple of things.
Why did you call it a horrible harmonica? Do you not like being people strapped in like that?
Well, they get in front of your face, in front of the microphone. When you're getting to almost 60, you can't read the letters of which key it's in on the end. And changing them is problematic because you know, I've often got finger picks on the slide on one finger, a couple of finger picks there, and so it's really hard to manage.
Yeah.
Opening up the base and putting the other one in, you get it upside down sometimes, you get the wrong up. Yeah, it's
They sound so good though.
that's beside the point. I know a lot of people like harmonicas, so you know we've got to.
Beautiful. I love it.
Okay, the next song. This is a song about coal miners in Austinmer in New South Wales. I think you said
Up near
to
the
me,
Gong.
Near the Gong, where you come from.
Yeah.
That's right.
My dad's from Woolongong.
My sister lives in Wollongong, and her husband comes from 3 generations of miners. He's worked for the South Bulleye mines at the moment. He's actually in the washroom these days, so that's better than being underground. But you know, like miners these days, they had pretty good conditions. But you know, going back a generation or two, things weren't near as good. And I remember about 20 years ago, before I wrote this song, my sister said there'd been a cave-in, and her best friend, her husband, was trapped underground, and my sister said, like, she went white overnight, you know, and the hair, I mean, of course. And, you know, for communities who exist around mines and that sort of activity, there's always that sort of fear and threat, and that's gone on for, you know, hundreds of years, where mining communities have just really struggled with the whole aspect of the danger of it and that sort of thing. So the song's about that.
Beautiful.
So down in the mines. While my father's father's father go down every day, and my father's father never had time to play, and the last thing I remember heard my father say, son, don't go down in the mines. Now the men who live in this town, for generations there, fought on home poor pay, breathe the coal dust in the air. And the men my family have known, the collieries of red, when I'm down, never to return. Anytime the wind blows, that's when I'm down below. Anytime the whistle sounds, I'm down on the ground. the storm breaks, I'm living on a heartache. Anytime the sun shines out down in the mines. Now I'm living way down south, many miles away, but my sister's husband still works the mines each day, and my blood turns icy cold when newsreaders say 3 men were killed down in the mines. Anytime the wind blows, that's when I'm down below. Anytime the whistle sounds, I'm down underground. Anytime the storm breaks, I'm living on a heartache. Anytime the sun shines down in the mines. Anytime the wind blows, that's when I'm down below. Anytime the whistle sounds, I'm down underground. Anytime the storm breaks, I'm living on a heartache. Anytime the sun shines, I'm down in the mines.
That was
Yeah.
great.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's
Thank you very much.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That made me rethink because, like, all the boys in our family who live up in Woolongong, they're all in the mines.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and my granddad, he kind of had a sort of tattoo almost on his nose where a lump of coal had smacked him in the face. And I just remember him always having this, like, you know, black mark all over the bridge of his nose.
Yeah?
Yeah, where he got spanked in the face by a bit of coal or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.